Hello everyone, welcome to another Football Manager 20 experiment. After the success of the AFC Benson experiment, where we try different formations and see where Benson lied, we're going to try a different experiment, and here we're looking at probably one of the hardest sides to manage in the Vanarama National League South, which is Oxford City, and we're going to try 3 different formations and see where each formation finishes at the end of the year. So at the moment it's the 20th of July 2019, and we're going to go all the way to December the 31st 2019. Now, why did I choose Oxford City? 2 reasons mostly. The first reason was that they are one of the hardest sides to manage in Vanarama South due to various reasons like low finance and not many players available, and not very good under 18 or 23 side. They're always a challenge to do, and I think, yeah, why not take Oxford City as the side to experiment with. The second reason was that I'm from this area. I know Oxford City pretty well, and I want to see how they get on. I'm actually an Oxford United fan in real life, but I do look out for Oxford City as well, and they are surviving actually in the Vanarama National League South, which is great to see. And let's see how we get on. So let's look at the 3 formations we're going to try in this experimental episode here. The first one is RDF's 262 Revelation formation. This is a very strange looking formation where we've got just 2 defenders, packed midfield, and attacking midfielder who's a treasure. What's the word? The Trequista, I think that's how you say it. And then you got 2 strikers up front. You've got a pressing forward and a centre forward. Now, in this experiment, I'm not doing any transfers. I'm letting the computer do it itself. Trying to use the same formation. I let the computer use various different players in the squad, but there'll be no more players coming in. We have made some transfers just to make it a little bit easier for this experiment to go, and we'll just go into the transfer history and show you what I'm doing. And here is the transfers that we actually made. So we brought in about 11 or so players, very experienced players. Some of them are players that hopefully will help the squad. A lot of these players I joined this club in June, July, and I just realised that quite a few of these players, from Jensen Wright up to Daniel Rowe, I actually did not buy. So I actually bought these 4 new players, and I bought, for instance, James Hayter, because even though he's 40 years old, he will offer some experience here. He's had over 750 experiences in his 7 clubs. So he's a very experienced player, former Bournemouth striker, Doncaster Yeovil. He first started off at Sainsbury. So I've also brought a Lithuanian centre-back called, well, that's not his real name. Ardrius is actually his surname, and he'll be offering good defence. Oliver Gardner's another defender. Ben Cole is another defender. And I strengthened the defence all on 3 transfers. Our finances, we've got 81,000 in the bank. Again, this is not a very rich club, full stop. This club will go into debt depending on how well they can do in the season. Their wage budget is okay, and well, the wage budget is slightly over, but I had to do that to get some decent players in. So let's look at the squad. This is a squad currently what it looks like. As you can see, not the best Vanarama South. And what is our prediction? Our prediction is to avoid a relegation battle, so the board are not exactly hopeful. And we'll go into the league. Here's the league, and then we'll go into oops, wrong button. Oh no, we can do it from here. We'll go into season preview. We are destined for relegation. We're only in 19th place, 22-1 to get to win the championship, which is very long odds, and we're 4th favourite to go down. With the bottom 3 sides go down in the Vanarama League South. So let's start the experiment. Let's start with the very first formation, which is going to be the RDF 262. Now, hopefully, RDF, a really good tactician, said he took Roma to the top of the table in Serie A, which was great. Big league side though. How will it happen? How will a smaller league side do well on this formation? Well, I've already done all 3 formations, already done all 3 up to December, so you don't have to go through the whole couple of months with me because that would take a long time. So let's go and see how this actually happened. What happened to this RDF formation in December the 31st. So next time you'll join me, it'll be 31st December. Okay, it's the 31st December 2019, and let's straight away go to the league table, and we are currently in 15th place, so we're actually doing better than the season preview. Season preview, if you remember, put us in the bottom 4. Actually, it's the bottom 2 that goes down. We were meant to be finishing 19th. We're actually 15th. Not an amazing position, to be honest. We've won 6, we've drawn 6, and we've lost 12. 25 goals for, 36 against, a goal difference of -11 with 24 points. Let's look at see who's scoring the goals, and we'll go into top goal scorer. Top goal scorer is Gordon with 16 goals. He's doing all right. Then we've got, he seems to be the only one scoring goals. Remember, I think we've only scored 25 league goals. Assists are between Owusu and Matt Murphy. Matt Murphy is kind of like our surprise hit. When I first started this save, he's only a youngster, but you can see his stats there are really good, and he was actually in a local as well. His Oxford City is his first club, but it's not the best, is it? Let's look at the club board, club vision. I mean, sorry. B- is what they rated us at the moment. They're pleased with some results. Very disappointed with our results. It's been really a mixed bag. This formation has not been that consistent. If we look at all the formations, all the results, sorry, this is what happened in the league. We started off really well, beating Hereford. Oh no, that was our friendly, sorry. I knew that. Here we go. Here's the league, sorry. We didn't start very well at all. We lost the first, well, in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First 7 league games, we actually didn't win any game whatsoever. We lost 4-5 in the one ding-dong battle against with Dartford, and then we started winning some games. We then became unbeaten after that in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. So we didn't win a game in 7, and then we didn't lose a game in the next 6, and then it's just not consistent. But how did we get on in the major trophies? Well, we entered the FA Cup round 2 where we beat Beaconsfield 1-0, which was, we should have beaten them more. Then we beat Wingate and Finchley 2-1. Maidstone, we beat them 2-1. So we're doing well in the FA Cup qualifying round. In the first round proper, we drew at Barrow, who in real life had just recently got promoted into the league. We drew 3-all of them, which was a really good result for us. But then in the replay, it went totally wrong. If you look here, we actually lost 6-0 to Barrow in the replay. They dominated it, Barrow, and they easily beat us. So that's a major disappointing. And you can see by the average ratings there, they didn't do very well. And then after that, Barrow, we went back to the league. We went into the FA Cup Trophy. And in FA Trophy, we went through the qualifying round against Kings Lynn Town. And in the first round, we actually lost to York City, which, to be fair, is quite a tough game to actually have in your first round. York City are one of the better lower league sides, former league side, obviously. And then we had a couple more. I drew against Maidstone, beat Tunbridge, and then lost Dartford. So again, it's a very mixed season, 15th place. I think if this formation carried on, we would be struggling for relegation. So I probably would not carry on with this formation. I probably would have made changes way before this, especially the first 7 games of the season. We did not win the game. But that's that formation. So a success, not really. It was okay, but nothing special. Again, knocked out in the first round by FA Cup. Good cup run. FA Trophy knocked out in the first round to York. Again, that was tough to have faced York so early. But I would have been not entirely happy with that, to be honest. So let's try the second formation. Now, the second formation here is one called the break. This is a very favourite position that a lot of I've seen a lot of people use, and a lot of people like doing. And this normally gives you really good results. It's like a 4-4-2, but you've got your 2 wingers attacking, and then you just got 1 striker up front. I always like having 2 strikers up front, so I very rarely will use this unless I really need to. So let's see how this one gets on. So we will forward in time again to December 2019, the same date, but in a parallel universe, because we'll be seeing how this gets on. So, another parallel universe. It's the 31st December again, and let's see how the side have got on using this break formation. And it's been better. It's a better first half of the season for us. We're currently in 10th place, won 11, drew 5, lost 8, plus 4. So we've actually scored at least 10 goals more. I think we conceded a few more though. But overall, yeah, this is better. Definitely better. Let's look at the squad. See who's the top goal scorer this time. It's still Gordon with 12 goals, and he's still way ahead. Assist has been spread out with Josh Ashby, the former Oxford United player, by the way, with 8 assists. Now, Matt Murphy, the guy who did really well in the last formation, is not even playing in this formation because I guess it's his where he plays. It just can't be used, but he can be placed as a midfielder actually, so there is potential for him to be used there. So that's not too bad. Let's how did we get on with let's look at the finances actually. I'm wondering, oh, we're still in profit, so that's good news. 78,000, which means to me we might have had a mini cup run. Let's go and find out. Let's go and see what the cup runs is. There's that screen. Oh yes, we need to look at the screen. Cup vision. So we've had, against B, the last one was B minus, this is B, so this definitely shows you that we're having an improvement, which is good to see, so that's good. We'll go into competitions. Here we go. FA Cup, we were knocked out in the first round by Cray Wanderers, and that's a disappointing, because Cray Wanderers I think are non-leaguers themselves. Oh crikey, they're not even non-league, that regarded as a cup upset. Then we lost to a side who are even further down the league than us. And in the FA Trophy, we got knocked out by Chelmsford City. Again, a National League South side, which we could have done better. So they're actually the side who have finished 7th. So cup-wise, we did probably, I would say, we've done more worse on cups. Let's look at the schedule then. How did we get on then if we move back up to the start? Now, if you remember in the last tactic, we didn't win in the first 7 games. This tactic was much better. We actually started going on a bit of an unbeaten run, and then it went kind of wrong when we hit Havant. We started losing games there, and then back to a pretty decent run here. And then we had 3 defeats in a row. I think one of them was a cup defeat. So again, a bit more consistent, a bit better than the first formation. But from 10th, I probably, if I took over, because of course in this I let the computer do the holiday mode, I would have made some changes, maybe brought some more players in, and that 10th could have become an 8th or 7th or something, I don't know. But yeah, at least that's better than the first formation of 262F, which looks like the 262F as a lower league side has completely failed. We did alright, but not brilliantly. Well, this formation, yeah, it's not bad. So far so good. But we've got one more tactic to look at, and this is a tactic I'm looking forward to. If I just load it here, it's the Beowulf Tactic, which is one of the Nap's tactics. As you can see, I'm a massive Nap fan. This is the formation we're going to be looking at in the next save, and see what happens in the other parallel universe we'll be using this tactic. Now, Nap is a very good tactic person, so I'm hoping this will be working wonders for us. Let's wait and see, shall we? Okay, December the 31st again, and wow, you can see that Nap is a tactical genius. That's fair to say. If you look at the league position, remember we are meant to be finishing 19th in this league, and we are top. We are top by some distance as well. We've won 16, drew 6, lost 2, scored 54 games, conceded 28, goal difference of 26, and we've got 54 points. That is just amazing. So let's see who scored all the goals. Now, using two strikers, you can see there's a lot more goals being scored. Gordon is top with 21 goals. Wiltshire, who's actually leaving our club, is on 10. The assist king is Josh Ashby. If we just do this, actually, Josh Ashby is on 16 assists, which is amazing. I think he's on the midfield right. And then it's kind of split. Again, Matt Murphy, who's used a lot in the very first formation, is not used at all in this formation. If we quickly look at the side, Ashby's actually centre midfield, and Wiltshire. So this is doing really well. I'm really happy about this side. How's our 40-year-old do? James Hater. He's actually scored 7 goals. Again, he'll probably only stay for 1 season due to his age and me probably seeing what interesting youngsters might come into the side. So that is really good. I am so shocked by how well this formation has done. Let's see how we've done in the competitions, because you remember in the last tactic the competitions weren't very good, and the RDF tactic, to be fair, they did really well in the cups. So it's how they're getting in the competition. Well, the FA Cup, they got up to the first round and knocked out by Bradford City, which is not a bad thing. Bradford City are a league side. We will go into the schedule and see what the cup run was, and they're still in the FA Trophy. They got to play Sutton United, which is potentially a tough game, just in a few days' time. So this will probably be the formation I'll be carrying on doing this save with, because it seems to be working, and I do like the 4-4-2 formation. Now, would they survive going up the leagues? On my AFC Benson level 10 to level 1 save, which is still ongoing by the way, when I started using the 4-4-2 formation in the league, we started to actually suffer a bit, so I had to start using the 4-4-2 with wingers instead of a midfield left, midfield right. But obviously the board are happy. A+, they're really happy with what's going on. We're still in all the cups. How's our finances? Our finances, if we got a cup run, that means there should be, more money, at least 30,000 more, so that's cool. Remember, in this experiment, I'm not buying or selling any players. I let the computer just keep the same players all the time. And then we'll finally look at the actual schedule and see how this actually looks. So we should get some really impressive results here. So we'll go back to Maidstone. So as the season started, drew 1, drew 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, drew. So let's see how many games we were unbeaten for. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This includes cups as well. 12, 15, 18, 19. So we had a 19 game unbeaten run until we lost to Welling United in the league. And then Bradford City, we lost to them, but we only lost 2-1 away to Bradford. So that was, even though Bradford dominated the game, losing only 2-1 to Bradford at Bradford isn't a bad result for Oxford. And they're still in the trophy, of course. Let's see how the cup runs looked. So if we click competition and then back up to, here we go. So in the FA Trophy, they beat Blythe Spartans 2-1, and then St Albans 3-2, and then the second round, of course, has not been played yet. In the FA Cup, the first round they beat Welling. Oh, they beat Welling 4-1. That's surprising. And then lost to them in the league, and then beat Folkestone 4-0. Bowles 5-0. Oh, sorry, it's the other way around. Bowles 5-0 first, and then Folkestone 4-0, and then Welling 4-1. 4-1 away as well, and then they just lost to Bradford 2-1, which is not a bad thing. That is still a pretty impressive result. So yes, this is probably the formation that I would stick with, because obviously they are top of the league at the moment. So what would happen now if we kept this formation and went to the end of the season to see where they finally finish? Well, I've already done that, so let's go and find out. Let's go into May 2020. It's the end of the season. It's May 2020 in this alternative universe. Oxford were top of the table, 7 points clear in December 2019. As you can see, we finished top of the table with an amazing 91 points. So well done to Oxford City. 27 wins, 10 draw and 5 lost, so we still did lose some games. Goal difference a healthy plus 36. You remember, no players were bought during this. It was the vanilla squad. To be fair, I did buy some players in pre-season, but only 4 players, and that was it. And then I left the computer to do the rest. So plus 36 goal difference. So we look at how did we get on in those cups? Because you remember, we got knocked out in the first round in the FA Cup, and the second round we were still in. So did we go further into the cups? Let's find out. The answer is no. We got to the third round of the FA Trophy when we lost to Dover Athletic. Dover Athletic was another their side above us in the league, so that can't be too bad. It would have been nice to progress more, but overall a good cup healthy run. The finances at the end of the season, by the way, we were still, as you can still there, still see there. We never made a debt, which is good to hear. Our wage budget has been increased because they're getting ready for the new season, and the transfer budget. One thing we will look at while we're here, we might as well look at the youth intake as well, see what amazing youth players we're going to get, which is highly unlikely. But how did the squad get on? Who finished top scorer? Well, top scorer was actually Gordon with 28 goals. So he remained top scorer in all the experimental formations. Wiltshire came second. Wiltshire is then heading off, so he's leaving. He's going to St Albans in just 2 months' time. So we need to get a replacement for them. James Hayter, 13 goals. He's now 41 years old. All his stats are going down now, so he would have been free transferred very soon. And then Nzuma with 11 goals. So there's a good number of goals here. What about assists? Well, in assists, Ashby still remained top. Wiltshire 15 and Zuru 12. Jefford, who was a left back, had 7 assists, and Hayter even had 7 assists. So that's really good to see. Average ratings then. As you can see, the average ratings generally of every single player was decent. Especially with the regulars. You can see the regulars who play over 40 games. So Wiltshire was top. Ashby, Gordon, Azuru was Skip Banyan. Oster, the captain, had 6.99. So generally very good. Let's look at the results. The second half of the season. How did we get in the second half? Generally very good. Some really good results. Beating Sutton United 3-0 away in the FA Trophy second round. That was a really good result. And then we had 3 defeats there. One defeat was against Dover. Oh, I can see what happened. We drew 1-1 with Dover, and then we lost 1-0 away, which is a bit unfortunate, even though, yeah, they dominated the game a bit. And then as soon as we lost that, we had a bit of a losing. We lost 2 games heavily. We lost 4-1 to Chelmsford, pretty heavily. That was a surprise, especially as we finished top of the table. And then the season started to pick up again. We did have another defeat against Hampton and Richmond, but I think by then we got promoted anyway. But overall, this has been a very successful season for Oxford City. Obviously, remember we were meant to be finishing 19th in the league, 17th, sorry, in the league, and we finished top with 91 points. Now, this is definitely going to be a challenge when I take this over and become a full-time manager when we go into the Vanarama National League, because we will be again batting for relegation. But it definitely seems this NAP has the knack of making really good formations here, and this 4-4-2 Beowulf formation definitely seems to be working. The last thing we'll do in this episode is just look at the youth intake. What youth players did we get? Under 18s, a strong squad. Under 23, below average. So okay, have we suddenly got a really good under 18 side? That's not bad. We've actually got some really good potential players who could be good enough to become first team players in a year or two maybe. So this guy, especially Neil Simpson, he's for a 16-year-old, that's not bad at all. And so these couple of our youth players will be actually playing some first team games, maybe on the bench to start off with. But this is actually not bad. Like those stats. Remember, this is a Vanarama. This is a level 6 or 7 type player who's not going to be like all those top superstars. And yeah, this is really good. So this is going to be a good save to carry on with, actually. This will probably be the final save before Football Manager 21 starts appearing in October, November, December time. But that's not bad. Let's look at the under 23s. Not as good. They did say it was weaker, but some good potential players who could stay a while longer. So we've got a chance to actually not need to buy that many players, because a couple of the youth players could come in and really help this squad out, which is quite a surprise, because I thought that Oxford City would not be that amazing to do, because previous saves I've done, I've always struggled with Oxford City. But there you go. So that's interesting. That's the end of the experiment. So it looks like the Beowulf, if we look here, this formation, the Beowulf 4-4-2, is actually the best formation of the 3. The 2-6-2F RDF formation, I think it was just too experimental for lower league sides. It might work with a top league side because you've got a better set of players. For any lower league side, definitely not recommended. The break formation, which is the kind of standard formation a lot of creators and FM streamers use, kind of worked, but I'm sure there's a better 4-4-2 than that one. But the Nap Beowulf, that's the formation what it's called, the Nap formation volume 3, 105E CCC, seems to be the best. And I'll probably carry on using this formation because I use other people's formations. I do make my own, but I prefer using other people's because I'm generally not a very good tactician. But that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this special experiment, and hopefully I'll post more of these type videos on my YouTube channel very soon. So this is Donut saying goodbye. So goodbye.